Welcome to the first episode of the Shoe Cabinet TV. I am so excited that we're going to be doing this live in Elias Shoes, the largest independent shoe store west of the Mississippi.
We have quite a few brands in our store. We have a nice little selection.
Oh, fantastic. And I am here, I'm George Elias, with the woman, the myth, the legend herself, my mother, her mother, someone floating around there's mother, Mona Elias. So, what are we going to do on this inaugural episode of Shoe Cabinet TV?
So I have a lot of guests that come into our store, and they ask, they come in and they say, "Oh, I'm a size 8, or I'm a size 9, or I'm a size." Well, that's a size I've always worn. So I thought we'd kind of discuss just briefly a little bit that size matters, and how important it is, because some people have never seen something like this, and it's called a Brannock. It's an actual foot measuring device that measures not only length, but it also measures the width of someone's foot. So that way, when someone is getting the right size shoe, not only are they getting the proper length, but also the proper width according to what their needs are. And a lot of people don't realize that more than 80% of the population has two different size feet. And
I'm one of them.
you're in that 80% mix. Actually, all of our kids have two different size feet. I have two different size feet. So how beneficial that is to know if you have one foot that's longer and the other foot that's a little wider, you need to go according to your longer and the width so that both feet can be happy. So it's very, very important that you get your feet sized regularly. And another thing that people don't realize is our feet change and our sizes change. So what you were when you were 15 size, if you were that size at age 15, you may not necessarily be that same size when you're in your 50s. Another thing that is also recommended is that young people, children, regularly get their feet sized and measured, because sometimes when children go, they have a growth spurt. Sometimes one foot can be longer than the other foot. I know with one of our children, our daughter, the youngest daughter, she actually has almost a size and a half, almost two sizes difference
That much of a difference with her?
between her two
Wow.
feet. And that can change. So when she has a growth spurt the next time around, that the smaller foot might actually have the growth in it, the growth spurt, and that might catch up. So that way we are measuring according, and we're putting the right shoe according to what her needs are. So for her, I like having her in a lace up, because that way her smaller shoe, the smaller foot, I can kind of tighten it up a little bit so she's not so sloppy and gets potential for a blister on that foot. So when it comes to shoes, size matters. So it's really, really imperative that you actually get measured by a professional who knows how to size not only for length but also for width. And that's something that you can't get online. Because I know sometimes people will ask the question, well, what's the benefit of coming inside a, brick and mortar store versus shopping online? Well, I also know different shoes have fit differently, even within the same brand. So like we carry New Balance. We have a large selection of New Balance athletic wear in our stores, in addition to the hikers. But even within the New Balance, some of the shoes are a little more narrow and some of them are a little wider. So being able to come into a store where they have a complete access to the line and the knowledge about the product will put you in a better fitting shoe for what your needs are. So, maybe you run on a treadmill. Well, that on a treadmill, kind of a New Balance shoe might be a little bit different than if you're running, say, on ground or on asphalt or on concrete. So all of those differences make a difference in what kind of shoe you should actually be in for the benefit of your long-term foot health care.
So for someone like me who is generally athletic, not necessarily am I going to run a marathon or I'm going to be track and field or cycling.
Right.
I do occasionally do that, but for someone who's generally athletic, someone like me, I'm a filmmaker who regularly on shoots. I'm regularly. Oh my goodness, this is live, so I'm just processing what I have to say live. Um,
So for you, I'd put a all-around stability shoe,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what you're in. You happen to be in a New Balance 990, which is a great stability shoe, a great walking shoe. So again, coming into a store like Elias Shoes, where the staff, we're trained not only on the product, but the different things that are going on with people's feet, and putting the right shoe on that person is what we strive for here at Elias Shoes.
Fantastic.
Do we have any questions? Did anybody?
One person jumped on the stream, but they haven't made themselves known. Two people as of this point have made themselves known on the stream, but like their names aren't showing up. We can see you guys. If I'm looking down, I'm looking at my phone, so I just want to see what. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Are there any events that are going to be happening here in the next month?
In the next month, we do have an event coming up on Thursday, March 23rd at noon. We do have a device. It is a dynamic foot analyzing device where you can actually walk across the mat, and it will do a computer analyzed gait assessment. So that way it's a better tool in aiding us in helping to figure out, sometimes people say they have a flat foot when in actuality they don't have a flat foot. They have a high arch, but yet when they walk, their foot kind of flattens out, which happens to be called pronation in some cases. But they might pronate, and so those people are told, oh, you have a flat foot, but in reality, they don't have a flat foot. When they walk, it just kind of goes down, so that this device will help us to better assess your foot needs. So we might have to put a little arch in there and make it a little more comfortable, so that when you're walking, your foot's more stable and supported.
So by dynamic, what do you mean by dynamic?
Dynamic means in motion.
Okay, so you
you're
actually
not-
get to walk across it?
You get to walk across it. You're
Wow.
not just standing there. So you do a walk across both your right foot and your left foot, and then you actually do a standing, so that way it can assess both dynamic, meaning walking across, and a standing still position, to kind of get an idea of what's going on with your foot in general.
And when is this again?
This is Thursday, March 23rd. We will be here. We'll start at about noon. And
Well, tell them.
we'll be here Thursday, March 23rd at noon. We will have an open house for everybody to come in and get a free assessment. And they can walk across the mat and kind of it's fun. It's just fun to be able to see what your feet are doing. And that's in 3 weeks. So you're all
Beautiful.
extended the invitation to come out and visit us on that day. It will be posted on the Murrieta Chamber on their calendar, as well as Elias Shoes on our Facebook calendar.
Fantastic. I got to take a moment and show this person behind the scenes. She is helping maintain this show.
Hi.
Hi. Huh?
Hi.
Hi. Okay, now we're back.
Now, if you guys do have any questions or comments that you'd like for us to address in the future, you're always welcome to contact here the store or on our Facebook page, and we can address any issues or concerns that you might have for your healthy foot care needs.
Absolutely. And I'm working on the Twitter. I don't know if I'm going to be getting that up and running, and I don't know when I'm going to get that up and running, but website, Instagram, Facebook, we're very active on Instagram. We're posting at least once a day. So please, hey, David, get over here. Come on.
And here at Elias Shoes, we are a family-owned and operated store, so it's
Get over
not
here.
unusual to see one or more of the children here.
Floating around. Hang on, let's see. Oh, Heather Estrada just jumped on.
Oh, very cool. Hi, Heather.
Hey, say hi, David. Look, no, that's the camera over there. Say
Right
hi.
there, sweetheart.
Hi? No, nothing. No. Say something.
Hi.
He's usually not this shy. Hey, stop touching it. Beautiful. All right. Do you think we're done? All right. David, hold the show. Hold the show here until I cancel the live stream. Just